Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 12 Days of Xmas cards from DeckIdea. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
So this deck was printed by USPCC on their premium stock. It retails for $15 and was part of a 1,200 deck print run. Let's check it out. So I really like the idea that the packaging here obviously is meant to look like a present. It has nice, standard, no embossing or foil or anything like that, but it's got a nice winter Christmas feel to it. Then you have the kind of mirrored wreaths on the back design. It kind of reminds me of like a ugly Christmas sweater or something,
Right.
But it's also a full bleed green there, which I think is really cool and really keeps the feel of it while still being a bordered deck. It fans beautifully as you'd expect from a USPCC deck, but that green border has a real fun like color add to it. Then
Yeah.
you have these two jokers, we'll call them for lack of a better term here. You have the Santa card and then the 12 Days of Xmas, which talks about the story which inspired this deck, which is the 12 Days of Christmas. And then we have here the beautifully done, Ace of Spades there. And all of the interesting thing about this is the spades are actually turned into Christmas trees, which I think is really really cool and really fun way to kind of bring the theme into the pips while still being easily recognizable there. And then you have the really cool thing about it too is each of the court cards actually represents a part of the song. So exclusive of the aces, you'll actually see that on the court cards, you can probably identify the part of the song that they correspond to, which Lords of Leaping there, and then horns. I don't remember what the horns one is, but I think it's really cool that you can see each of the parts of the song playing a role in the court cards here, and they're done in a way that's not consistent in a sense. They're kind of each unique takes on that court card, getting them to fit into the theme of that card, which I think is really a fun touch for this deck.
Yeah, that's super creative. It kind of just worked out perfectly for 12 court cards in the 12 days of
Yeah,
Christmas.
no, it really does. And honestly, like, it's probably one of those things where if I was singing the song, I could tell you what every day is. But when I'm looking at them like out of order or individually, I'm like, I know those are geese, but I don't know how many or what they're doing. So
That's so
yeah, it's like
true.
the song becomes somewhat second nature. And then you have these two ad cards back here as well, which are the snowman and the elf, which are really cool. They kind of go along with that Santa card in the front, and they can create a fun little like theme to this deck. It really is such a cool take on a Christmas deck and an iconic Christmas song. But I think I think for anyone who enjoys the holidays, this is such a fun, really cool looking deck.
Yeah, it's kind of like the alphabet. When you have to go to a specific letter, you kind of have to say the alphabet first before you can nail that letter. It's kind of the same thing with this song.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you can actually think about it ahead of time before you sing through and stop. If someone tells you to stop on T, you want to keep rolling with it. But it's definitely an interesting deck, and like I said, for being a relatively standard deck of cards in the sense of there's no embossing or foiling on the tuck, it's still fully custom, which I think is cool. And for the retail price of $15, that's an absolute steal if you're into Christmas decks. I think it's one of the better ones we've seen for this year.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely
Yeah.
creative.
Well, thanks everyone for checking out this episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We drop these every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, giving you the freshest looks at the newest decks.
Pew!